The Elmhurst History Museum is located in an historic structure that has played a central role in the story of Elmhurst for more than 125 years. Today, let's delve into the history of the Glos Mansion at 120 East Park Avenue. This is Dan Lund, Curator of Collections at the Elmhurst History Museum, and you're watching Elmhurst History in Focus. Built in 1892 at the cost of $50,000, the Glos Mansion was the stately home of Henry and Lucy Glos. Built in the imposing Richardsonian Romanesque style of architecture that was popular with the affluent classes in the late 19th century, the limestone structure was considered a show of wealth. Its style and location in the center of the growing village spoke to the importance placed upon Henry Glos's role in the community. Considered one of the founding fathers of Elmhurst, Henry Glos had a wide-ranging career as a school teacher, merchant, real estate magnate, and banker. He built a general store at the southeast corner of York Street and Park Avenue in 1874, and gradually expanded the building to include a bank and auditorium. The Glos block eventually included a post office, as well as the very first location of the Elmhurst Public Library. Glos is largely credited with organizing community leaders to hold a vote in favor of incorporating as a village in 1882. Glos was elected to be Elmhurst's first village president that same year. At the time, Henry and Lucy lived in a frame house at 101 North York Street. It was just a short move across the train tracks to their new home at 104 South Kenilworth in 1892, right next door to the Glos commercial block. Henry Glos passed away in 1905, but Lucy lived in the house for another 36 years until her death in 1941. 2 years before her passing, Lucy Glos willed the home and property to the city of Elmhurst. This included the mausoleum across the street where both Henry and Lucy are buried. The mausoleum was eventually leased to the Elmhurst Park District, which developed and dedicated the Glos Memorial Park in 1981. The city quickly found use for the mansion as a ration board office during World War II. Following the war years, city officials made the decision to move municipal offices from the overcrowded building at 132 Addison Avenue to the Glos Mansion. After renovating the residence to a public building, the Glos Mansion reopened as City Hall in 1946. During the mansion's time as the Elmhurst Municipal Building, it also hosted the first iteration of the Elmhurst Historical Museum. The fledgling organization was opened on the third floor of City Hall in 1957. The museum would move to a larger space at the Elmhurst Public Library in 1965, as the rapidly growing city required more staff and offices in its municipal building. By 1970, the old house was bursting at the seams with the city's bureaucracy. As a result, City Hall was moved to 119 Schiller Street, the former Jewel grocery store building. However, the city still owned the Glos Mansion property, and it was proposed that the building could be the new location for the Elmhurst Historical Museum. After extensive renovations in the early 1970s, the Glos Mansion reopened as the museum in May 1975. The Glos Mansion has been the home of the Elmhurst History Museum ever since, and save for an address change following the installation of the Palmer Underpass in 1977, it has remained a steady cornerstone for a constantly changing city. The mansion has been central to the story of Elmhurst, and it is fitting that within its walls, visitors can learn that history through programs and exhibits at the Elmhurst History Museum. Thanks for joining us for this Elmhurst History webcast. Check out our website at elmhursthistory.org for more information.